Okay, okay, one moment here. Okay, let me just post this, okay, and I'm just gonna message everyone right now. Okay, there we go. Okay, hello. Can you guys hear me? Hello, Mr. Waifu. Can you hear me? Okay. Did you get the post? I made a post. Oh, hello, Herlock Sholmes. Hey, man. How are you guys? I want to start off also by thanking everyone for supporting me through Patreon and channel memberships. It means a lot to me, and it helps me, get through copyright and other issues. And for people that are wondering, some of my San Andreas videos and some of my Saints Row 2 videos have actually been getting demonetized. And there's still some ads on them, I think, but I get like a little yellow notification which says on them that they're not considered advertiser friendly because of foul language. That is the reason. And so yeah, unfortunately, some of them are getting demonetized, but you guys, are helping me through that when with your support, which I greatly do appreciate. Okay, yeah. And I have the next part of Saints Row is coming up soon. It's coming up actually with fighting the Ultor Corporation. It's coming up after this stream, and then I have the I have another San Andreas part coming out also tonight. Okay. Oh, hey, BNN. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, awesomeness. Hey, what's up, man? Okay. Is the quality good on my stream, and are you guys able to hear me, everything clearly? Oh, I haven't even tried, doing the San Andreas cheats. I always play the game without using cheats, though. Oh, how's your walkthrough on GTA Vice City? It seems fine. But I would try to add commentary to it because hey Tar, you don't need to have a webcam if you're shy, but commentary would always help with a channel. Um, oh yeah, it's the funny thing about that is 50 Cent Blood in the Sand. I'm gonna be playing through that game one day on the channel. I don't know when I'll get around to it, but I'll definitely play it because 50 Cent Blood in the Sand is a hilarious and great game. The thing is that game doesn't even try to be funny, but it is funny. because of just how ridiculous the situation is. Like 50 Cent, I beat the game. I remember it. I have it. It's 50 Cent goes to the Middle East for like a concert, and then he doesn't get paid, and then he gets his skull, his diamond skull stolen, and he goes on this crazy rampage. It's just that game was just that game was so ridiculous, but it was a fun game. You know, I didn't think 50 Cent Blood in the Sand was a bad game at all. It was a fun game. It was a great game. So let's see everyone that's in here. Hey Jay, Mr. Waifu, Herlock, Shom, Saint Nomad, Tar, H4 Man, Sista005, I'm reading that correctly, Matt the King, BNN, Harry Hammerhead, Saints Nomad, Electa Gaming, Tar Lickling, Alex Garcia, The Awesomeness, Lewis, Haidar, Dr. Tariq Terry. Yeah, it's the plot of it. 50 Cent goes to does a concert in the Middle East and doesn't get paid, and then he goes on a crazy rampage. Oh, hello, Anomalous. What's up, man? Oh, that's good, H4 man. Oh, hey, Chess. Got some good cooking going on here. Hey, what's up, man? How tall are you? Around 6 feet. Hey, Tin, what's up, man? Do any of you guys want to ask me any specific questions, or do you guys want to suggest, like, a video? Hope you had a good Thanksgiving, Pro. Thanks for posting daily. No problem, Alex. I did have a good Thanksgiving. Najib. Oh, Najib. Okay. Najib, if I'm saying that correctly. Also, did you know 50 Cent Blood in the Sand is now backwards compatible for the Xbox One? You're going to need a physical copy. The game isn't available digitally. Yeah, that's no problem. I'll get a physical copy of it. But, you know something? That's what I like about the Xbox One, because I recently purchased an Xbox One. And I like that about the Xbox One. I'm not an Xbox, player. I'm a PlayStation player, but Xbox One is that system that I'll go back to play like backwards compatible games, because if there's an older game that I want to play, but it's not but it's not it's backwards compatible, I'll play it on the Xbox One. That's what I like about the Xbox One. You can just put in the disc and you can just play it. That's what's awesome about it. What GTA game are you covering after San Andreas Definitive Edition? I will be covering GTA 3. Oh, and let me ask you guys something. Oh, I do have the Pazuzu statue, Lewis. It took like 3 weeks for it to get to me. So it took some time, but I do have it, and I'll do an unboxing of it soon. Damn, I'm losing my track of thought. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you guys, can I, when I'm driving in, like, San Andreas or in Saints Row, when I'm driving in those games, and I'm, like, shooting enemies also, there's, like, a lot of gunfire going on and stuff like that. Can you guys hear me clearly when I'm, like, talking, or is, like, the gunfire and the cars, are they too loud, like, when I'm driving around? Because I've been trying to mess with my audio settings to get, like, the perfect match, but, like, each game is, like, different, so I wanted to know what you guys think of that. Are you guys able to hear me clearly and everything when I'm going through, like, San Andreas and Saints Row and, like, shooting enemies? Like, you guys hear everything I'm saying? Okay. Okay, I just wanted to know. Because in the next part, I'm fighting Ultor in the next part in Saints Row, and I shoot my gun so much in that part, and it's like the game's really loud and stuff, and not for me, it's not. I mostly pay attention to the gameplay when that stuff happens. Okay, so people can hear me clearly. And, I have a lore video coming out on GTA 4, guys. I have, like, most of it done, already here. Like, I have a pretty big script. I have to record it, and I still have to edit a few more things in the script. But the next lore video that's coming out, it's going to be, translating criminal code language. And what I mean by that is when Jerry's talking to you in prison, I'm going to be translating exactly what he's saying. I'm also going to be translating exactly what Phil Bell says when he speaks in coded languages, and I'm going to be translating what the Fixer says. Since I'm new to exclusive streams and other perks, I wanted to ask if there's an official Discord server to join since I ditched Skype years ago and play on PC. Sorry if this has been asked before. I don't really use Discord anymore. I used to have a Discord, but I shut it down because I didn't have time for it. BNN and like it's a I was getting bombarded with messages on PlayStation, on Twitter, and on Discord, and I was just getting overwhelmed. And so I figured that it'd be much easier for me if I just had like other things, if I talk to people on PlayStation, on Twitter, and Skype, it'd be a bit easier than using with Discord. So I stopped using Discord because of that. I am very short and weak. Should I go to the gym? Yeah, why not? It's always good to get a workout going. I've been working out a lot. I don't know if you guys can tell. Like, I don't know how long you guys have been watching my channel, but like some people have been saying that they've noticed that like I look a bit better because I've been working out, and my arms have gotten a little bit bigger also, and I'm just able to do just more weights and stuff, and it's good. And you guys want to know something? I'll tell you something right now. I'll tell you something something kind of pathetic and embarrassing. Like half a year ago, when I was going to the gym half a year ago, do you know how much I benched half a year ago at the gym? 40 pounds. That's how much I benched at the gym. That's embarrassing. And I've been hitting the gym like crazy in like the last half a year. So I've been going every other day. So every other day I go, and I built a gym in my parents' basement now. So I'm visiting my parents in for Thanksgiving. I'm gonna sit here all the way up until New Year. So until New Year, I go back, but at my apartment complex, I have a gym that I go to, and here I built a gym in my parents' basement. And I went from doing 40 pounds in half a year to doing 100 pounds. So I doubled the amount that I could lift. So now I can bench 100 pounds. So that's what I'm able to do right now. So it's much better. And I'm able to hold two 45-pound dumbbells in like each hand. I know that might sound people might not believe that, but I can lift that. Have you tried the Yakuza games, Pro? I played the demos of them. I've played the Yakuza demos. They were kind of fun. I did enjoy them. Lance is designed to be an annoying character. That's the point with him. With Lance, for instance, he was just he was always a bit of an antagonist, even when he was Vic's when he was Vic's like brother, like in Vice City Stories, he was still constantly causing problems. How many pull-ups can you do? I haven't really done pull-ups much. It's I can do a few. I haven't really tested. I can't give you an exact answer because I haven't really tried that much. Like I would have to push myself to see how many pull-ups I can really do. Were you even an arcade gamer, Pro? I played on the arcades when I was younger. I would always go to Coney Island. If you guys know where that is, Coney Island in Brooklyn. That's where I would hang out a lot when I was a kid. I would hang out in Coney Island, and Coney Island is actually in GTA 4. It's called Firefly Island. So you know Firefly Island. You know that place where the bowling alley is, where Nico takes Michelle. It's on that like little dock right near, not too far from Faustin's house. That's that's where I hung out as a kid. I hung out there all the time. There is actually a carnival there. There is, and I would hang out there all the time when I was a kid, and I would play at the arcades and stuff. And that's what I would do that. I would hang out at the arcades. Of course, Team Drift. What's my favorite racing game? I don't think I really have one. I think my favorite, maybe Burnout? The Burnout games? Am I going to do a separate video on the Easter eggs in Saints Row 1 and 2? I don't know, but I will do a, I'll do some lore videos on them. Yeah, the final mission in the Ballad of Gay Tony, that was in Firefly Island also. And, Hove Beach. Hove Beach, it's, Hove Beach, that's based on Brighton Beach. Brighton Beach, Brighton Beach, it's on the beach, obviously, and some richer people live there. It's not too far from Coney Island, too. That's where, Hove Beach, Brighton Beach, that's where, Faustin lives. Burnout Revenge, I think that one might be my favorite one. Burnout Revenge, that might be my favorite racing one. I think you should start the Yakuza series because they're dubbed in Japanese. Your videos aren't going to get demonetized. Well, it's like, what I'll say is, I don't know, there's, the thing about the Yakuza games is that there is, like, so many of, there's just so many of the games. Like, I wouldn't even know where to start. So I don't know, like, yeah, and I think that some of the Yakuza games are, like, really long, so I probably wouldn't want to, like, I probably wouldn't want to bombard, like, my subscribers with, like, you know, dozens of, like, Yakuza videos, but I'll probably consider doing those games at another time. Yeah, what about Hove Beach? Oh yeah, I heard that a lot of the music isn't in Vice City anymore. That's unfortunate. Oh yeah, I'll do a Sleeping Dogs playthrough. I just don't know when I'll get around to it, but I'll do it. Yeah, Shogo is a coward, but the thing about that is that there's kind of a bit of a moral lesson with the Ronin, because if you notice that the Ronin, the what brought them down ultimately was honor. Kazuo was too honorable. He expected an American gangster to fight him the way that they did in Japan, and Shogo had almost no honor with how he ambushed the funeral. And so that was honor, ironically, was what brought the Ronin down. Well, Jessica was definitely part of the gang. Insurance fraud, my favorite side activity. I don't know, maybe Mayhem. Maybe Mayhem or Fuzz is. Okay. Let me see here. I hate. I accidentally minimized my screen. Uh, oh no, it was just. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, that's why I like doing these exclusive streams, because you guys can talk to me. It's a lot easier, and you don't have to yeah, you don't have to it's just this there's just so many comments on the regular stream, but these streams, it is a bit easier to talk to me. uh okay, wait. Yeah. I haven't played Red Dead Online since Blood Money came out in the Final Opportunity. Yep. It's it is unfortunate what Rockstar has been doing with Red Dead Online. They've been neglecting the game. They've completely forgotten about the game. And hello, Lamers. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, Art. I don't think Red Dead Online is going to last longer at this rate, too. I mean, look at it. It's already November, and there has end of November, and there has been no word on the next Red Dead Online update. No word. Nothing. And it's just in regards to GT Online, at least we've even gotten like a paragraph on the next update, but nothing in regards to Red Dead Online. Nothing. I'm not one of those people that's going crazy for like GTA 6, for instance, Saint Nomad. There's plenty of games for me to play at the moment. Do Red Dead Online and GTA Online updates come out at the same time? Um, it, it depends. In December, they do. Every December, they come out around the same time. In the summertime, usually one will come out like a month after the other. Oh, fast talking like in Scarface, yeah. And if you mess that up, they'll attack you. That is you have to like time that really well. It is a bit difficult. Yeah, and I'm scared. I would be surprised if GTA 6 even has like if it even has like a single player. I'll be surprised. Because that game is just I don't know what their I don't know what the hell Rockstar's been doing, but GT Online has been just getting I mean, yeah. GT Online is just they're gonna milk it until the end of time. And they've made so much money from it that I wouldn't be surprised if with GTA 6 they cut the single player completely and just go for online. Red Dead Online Absolution. Huh. Well, I guess we'll see, right? Red Dead Online Silent Assassin. Red Dead Online 2 suit only. You know something? When I beat Saints Row, I'm actually gonna do the Hitman missions in Saints Row, and when I do the Hitman missions, I'm probably gonna dress up in my Hitman outfit. Yo, bro, you said in your last stream that you had eating problems and where you take 2 bites of something and you feel full. I've been having the same problem for months. How did you fix it? Well, what I'll tell you, Najib, is that I googled this problem, and this problem is caused by several different things. So for me, it might not be the same for you. How did I fix it? I started sleeping normally. That's how I fixed it. It has something to do with sleeping. Sleep is tied. I'm not a doctor, but sleep is tied directly to how you eat. And so what happened to me is that I was getting you know, 7 to 8 hours of sleep every day. So it's not like I was sleeping less. But the problem is I was going to sleep at such a ridiculous hour. Like I was going to sleep at like 7 a.m., 8 a.m., sometimes 9 a.m., even 10 a.m., around 11 a.m. the latest. I don't know if you guys remember when I made some of the lore videos. When I did some of the lore videos on GTA 4, I went to sleep at 11 a.m. And what would happen is I'd wake up at like 6 p.m. And the thing is, even though I'm getting like, you know, 7 to 8 hours of sleep, I wouldn't be able to eat normally. I'd like take even if I waited like hours and hours between meals, I would just take like, you know, a bite and that's it. Like 2 bites, 3 bites, I'd feel full. Like I'd barely eat anything and I'd feel full. And so I'd have to eat like slowly, like over time. Like over, you know, the next few hours I have to take bites just to try to eat something. And what happened is when I got to New York, because I'm visiting my family for when I'm visiting my family for Thanksgiving and Christmas. What happens is I had a flight at 6 o'clock in the morning, and and I got to New York at around like 2 p.m. and I didn't sleep at all. I wasn't able to sleep on the plane, and so what happened is when I got to New York and it was like 2 p.m. I went to my uncle's house in the city, and you know, my aunt, I asked me if I wanted a coffee. She made me some coffee, and you know that kept me awake for a few hours. And eventually, I went to bed normally. So I went to bed, you know, still kind of late, but I didn't sleep for like over 24 hours. And I went to sleep at like what time did I go to bed? 3 a.m. And I woke up at like 9 a.m. the next day. And after that, I fixed my schedule. And so now I go to bed at like 3, 4 a.m. And when I wake up, I'm able to eat a full breakfast. No, I don't get stuffed easily. I'm able to eat a full dinner, no problem, and I don't feel full. So it has something to do with sleeping, at least for me. That's what it was the case of. That's why I wasn't able to eat properly. It was something to do with sleep. I'm actually grateful that it was just because of sleep. I thought it was some serious health problems, but I'm glad that it's not. I'm glad that it was fixed. So. I went to bed at 5 a.m. after I finished the last forum post in one of the worst online classes I've ever been in. Oh. Let me ask you, Mr. Waifu. Is that like one of those like online classes where you have like a message board and you have to post something relevant to the class like every week, and then you have to reply to like 2 or 3 people? Is it a class like that? Because if it is, I know exactly what that is. I dealt with that. And thank you, Lock Vix. Oh, you have a Star Wars Rebel Darth Vader avatar. I actually saw that show. I saw like every episode of that one. Um, yeah, just try to wake up in the morning. Try to wake up earlier and see if that fixes it for you. You know, I'll tell you something about those courses. If I was a teacher and I was like grading people in that class, I would give some people zeros in a class like that. And the reason I'd give some people zeros is because there were certain students in like those online classes that don't care at all for they don't care at all for the classes. And for example, I'll tell you this. I had an online I had an online class. I'm trying to remember what it was. I'm trying to remember what it was. I don't think it was history. I don't think I think it was sociology because it was a few years ago. But anyways, what happens is I write like this whole essay. Like I write a big good post. I actually get into it. The topic that the teacher wanted us to write, I wrote like a big post, like a big one, like not super long, but like something that would take you maybe a few minutes to read entirely. And so, like, I have this huge post, like, multiple paragraphs, like, stating my thoughts on the subject and everything, and I really get into it. Like, I really want to have a discussion on the material in the class. And what happens is, I have people that reply to my post. And do you know what those people reply with? They reply with, good post, I agree. That's it. So I like, wrote several paragraphs, and I have people that reply to me with just, good post, I agree. That was it. It was just, they didn't even comment on the post at all. Like, it was just they just wrote good post, I agree, just so that they could get credit for the assignment, because you have to reply to like 2 to 3 people like every week. And that was like their and if I saw that, I'd give that student a 0 who made a post reply like that, because that is just not okay. The creative writing course is hell from the teacher being like Jason Hudson to Alex Mason from being like interrogative on forum posts, and a few other students see him as too hard on others. Oh yeah, well that can be annoying when you have like when you have something like that. There was I remember there was this one teacher that I had that he was like so disorganized, like just really disorganized, and what would happen is he would not respond to emails. And so he had like this whole forum that he wanted us to post on. And guess what? The forum was down. So we weren't able to post on it. And then when we got to class, he gave the class an attitude and was just like, why didn't you guys, nobody completed the assignment last night? Well, we couldn't because we tried emailing you that the forum was down. So it was just, I don't, something? I don't mind the online classes. I don't. I prefer online classes over physical classes. I know some people say they'd like to go to the classroom, but I always liked online classes. And the reason I liked online classes is because I could multitask. I could do 2 things that I was doing at once. I could do it on my own time. I didn't have to drive anywhere. I could do it on the computer. That's what I liked about online classes, is I liked that. Also, he's like, I'm not going to reply to questions that are already on the syllabus. And when I struggled on some reading assignments, he'd make like 2 videos from my confusion on these works. Yeah, have you tried Rate My Professors, by the way, Mr. Waifu? I'm pretty sure they have that in Canada as well. You're in Canada, right? So it's they probably have Rate My Professors in Canada. Okay, okay, hang on. Let me post this for you. Hang on. Is it in Canada? Let's see. I think Rate My Professors works in Canada. Okay. Let me send this to you right now. When I was in college, we used this, and it was actually really helpful. Okay. There you go. Click on that when you get the chance, Mr. Waifu. And what you want to do is on that website, just like look up your college on the website, and then all you basically need to do is just next time when you're applying for a class in school next time, when you're like deciding on which teacher to take and you've never met the teacher before, look up the teachers, because like almost every teacher, like when I did college, almost every teacher was on here that I had in my college. And what basically is, you click on a teacher's profile. The teacher isn't the one who made the profile. Students made the profile for the teacher. And so what happens is students will rate that teacher like 1 to 5 stars. And they'll write like down below, they'll write whether that teacher's strict, they'll write whether that teacher is unorganized, like, other problems. And I was able to save myself because I would have normally taken some pretty bad teachers, but because of this, I was always able to select some pretty good teachers. Now, this course, this website is not always completely accurate, because sometimes students have like a grudge against a teacher for stupid reasons, and they'll write like dumb things about them that's not true. But just look at the vast majority of the comments. If you see like if you see like 90% positive comments, but then you see like 1% negative comments, probably chances are that student was just somebody who had a grudge against the teacher. But if you like click on the teacher's name and you see like all negative like posts, then that tells you that that's not a good teacher at that point. So this will hopefully help you, and you don't have to like, you know, deal with the stress next time when you're selecting a class. I remember when I wrote a 5-page essay. I don't remember the topic, and it only needed to be 2 pages. And the teacher gave me a 0 for not typing it. I hand printed it with pen too. Oh man, I will tell you something, gamer. I had the exact same situation as you, the exact same one. But this situation that I had, this was in 8th grade when I had this situation, and oh boy, I was pissed. I was pissed when this happened to me. But here's what happened to me when I was in 8th grade. So I moved. I was originally from New York City, as you guys know, and I moved to Long Island, New York, with my family when I was like 13 years old. If you don't know where Long Island, New York is, Long Island, New York, that is in Long Island, New York, that's like a suburb outside of the city. So it's, outside of the city is Nassau County and Suffolk County. And what happens is, I had this one teacher, and I keep forgetting the name of the damn class. But the class was like a class where you learn how to cook, and they teach you how to sew, and like other household things. They would teach you, career advice and stuff like that. That was it. So in this class, what happened was we had to type up like an assignment, right? Few pages. And it's not culinary. It was something else. I think it was like called home something, I think it was called. But it was, anyways, what happens is in this class, I just move in. And the thing is, I missed the first day of school. Because I moved in. So I wasn't even there for the first day of school. I was there for the second day of school, and I explained to the teacher, I just moved in. I wasn't here like the first day. I apologize for that. I think it was something like that. This is 2007, by the way. So this is like 14 years ago when this happened. But anyways, what happens is I move in. I'm new to the area, and I'm taking this class. Teacher wants us to write an assignment. And she demands that it be typed. Now the thing is, though, I didn't have my computer with me because we didn't bring over the computer yet, because we just moved in, and because we just moved in, I didn't have my computer with me right away, and so I wasn't able to type up this assignment. I didn't have access to the school computer lab, and I didn't have access to a library because I didn't have a library card here, and the assignment was just due in a few days. So do you know what I did? I hand wrote the entire assignment. I wrote the entire assignment handwritten. My handwriting was pretty nice. I wasn't writing sloppy or anything. I handed it in, and I wrote more than I was actually supposed to write. And do you know what happened? She wouldn't take the assignment. She wouldn't take it. When I tried to give it to her, she's like, I'm not taking it. I'm like, why? And then she's like, the assignment stated that you have to write it, print it out. And I said, but I don't have a printer with me. And she told me that was my responsibility. And I said to her, please, like, just, do me this favor. I wrote this all last night. I did my best on the assignment. I wrote it on, I printed it on the paper. And she's like, no. And I'm like, I did the assignment. And she's like, no, you did not complete it. It's right here. And she wouldn't take the assignment. And she gave me a 0. She gave me a 0 on the assignment. And I'll tell you something. In my entire life in school, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, everything, middle school, high school, college, I have never, ever had a 0 on anything, ever, besides that. That is the only thing I ever got a 0 on, ever. I cannot remember one thing that I ever got a 0 on besides that. She gave me a 0 on that, and I completed the assignment. And it was like that, I've never forgotten that. Like, I have never forgotten that, because it's like, that has been a memory of mine for 14 years. And what happens is, the ridiculous thing is the story gets worse, because not only did she give me a 0, she called my house. She calls my house and she tells my mom that I didn't complete the assignment. So she calls my mom and complains to my mom about it too. And the thing is, my mom wasn't pissed at me because my mom knew exactly what was going on. I told my mom ahead of time what happened, that the teacher gave me a 0 and everything like that. And so she called my mom. I don't remember what my mom said to her on the phone, but, my mom just basically said, what a psycho. Like, what's wrong with this teacher? This is like, you have the whole assignment. And the thing is, my mom's English wasn't really good. My mom's English wasn't really good at the time. Her English is a bit better now, 14 years later. But my mom's first language is Polish. So she didn't understand English that well, 14 years ago. And she was able to still read my paper perfectly. She was still able to understand everything that I wrote in the paper, everything. She was able to read my handwriting, no problem, and understand everything. She didn't need to ask me about anything, any points. She understood everything that I wrote perfectly. And so the fact that this teacher was saying that she was not going to take this paper, it was just disgusting. And I was just annoyed. I just damn with this teacher. It's just oh my god. But you know what I'll tell you? I'll tell you something, guys. The teachers that do you guys notice there's like these teachers in like school that they basically have this attitude, you are I want this assignment. It was middle school. It was 8th grade in middle school. So they're like, I want this assignment done on this specific date. And if you don't give it to me on this specific date, it's a 0. But then the thing is, though, they don't take any late papers, but then they take like 3 weeks to grade your paper. So they literally, they say like, oh, it has to be due on this specific time, but then they take like 3 weeks to a month to grade your paper. It's like, they rush everything out, but then they take so damn long to grade your paper. Isn't that kind of hypocritical? I think it is. That they're demanding it on a specific time, no late papers, but then they take so damn long to grade the paper. And I know you can't grade like all of the papers overnight. I get that and all. But like let's say that you have a class of 20 kids, right? If you have like a class of 20 kids, you could do 3 papers a night. That shouldn't be too difficult to do. You do 3 papers a night, and you'd be done in like around a week, and you'd have everyone's bag. But the fact that you gotta take 3 weeks to a month, I just find that really hypocritical. When like there's teachers that will not take any kind of late papers, but then they take so damn long to just grade the assignments. So I think that's hypocritical. I'm expecting a 5 or a 6 on my creative writing classes, last written assignment, not a final though. I just don't care anymore, and I want to finish off the class to be on my way. 5 or a 6, is that like out of 10? Did you ever complain to your parents or the principal? I told my parents, but the thing, the thing is, I hated middle school in Long Island. I did. I was only there for 1 year, but I hated 8th grade. I hated it because I had so many unreasonable teachers. I didn't like the atmosphere of the school. Like it was just, I didn't have any friends. I hated it. I hated 8th grade. High school I liked a lot more. High school I really had no problem with, but like 8th grade I hated 8th grade. I didn't like 8th grade. And something is the school counselor. Oh my god, and this is why, I'll tell you something. If you ever go to a school counselor, if you're in high school or something like that, because this happened in middle school, be very careful what you tell the counselor, because they will spin things a certain way. And it's just, what happened to me is I talked to a counselor when I was in 8th grade because I didn't like it here, and I liked the city. I was a city guy, and I moved to the suburbs, which I didn't fit in at all. And it's kind of ironic now that I don't like the cities anymore. But anyways, back then I wasn't used to the suburbs at all. I was a city person. I was from New York City, and I wasn't used to a town and stuff. It's not that it's not that I hated towns or anything. I just wasn't used to it. I barely had any friends. I didn't like the teachers that were at the school and stuff. And so I talked to a counselor. I told her these things. I told her that I don't really have any friends here. I don't like it here. I miss my old neighborhood. I miss my friends and stuff. And do you know what she did? The counselor calls my mom, tells my mom that I'm suffering from depression and that she should get me a psychologist. That's what this counselor told my mom. Trust me, I was not depressed. I was not depressed in the slightest. I was unhappy about the area that I moved to. I didn't like the school and everything, but I was not depressed in the slightest. So this is just, and the fact that she told me that I need to get a psychologist, that's the stupidest thing that I heard of. I didn't need a psychologist. I could just get on the phone and talk to my friends in the city. That's my psychologist, my friends that I can talk to on the phone. I don't need a psychologist. So it was just this is just I don't know I don't know what kind of psychological school she went to, but it's just that was like the worst diagnosis that I've ever seen ever. Um, uh, that was just because somebody's unhappy and not in a good mood doesn't mean they're depressed. When somebody's depressed, I'm not an expert on this, but when somebody's depressed, they it's like a worse mood than unhappy. It's worse than unhappy. Like they see very little. They don't see happiness in anything. Like when somebody's depressed, they see happiness in very little things. In very few things, somebody will see happiness. I still saw happiness in a lot of things, even when I moved here. So I wasn't depressed. I know that for a fact. But how do those people even have a job? It's just I don't know. It's like I'll tell you though that with schools here in New York at least, it's very hard to fire teachers. Very hard. I'm not saying teachers should be fired, but like it's very hard to fire school people. Like even if they're bad teachers in general, it's very hard to fire them. Usually, teachers and other school people, they'll be fired if they're doing something like really bad. If they're working with students to cheat scores, if there's some form of misconduct, something like that, then they'll be fired. But like for being a bad teacher and stuff like that, in the government schools, really they're not really going to be fired for stuff like that. I'm getting a PS2. What games do you recommend I should buy for it? Try Scarface. I told you I think Scarface to try. Scarface will run fine on the PS2. On the PC, it does have issues, but on the PS2 version of Scarface will run fine. Scarface, another PS2 game, what would I say? I can't really think of any games at the top of my head. Maybe one of the SOCOM games? The Godfather. The Godfather 1. That was a good one. Am I still in New York? I'm visiting family right now, but, damn, I'm sorry to hear that, H4 man. It's like, and it's not really the school's business what you dress up in. Yeah, Hitman Blood Money is another good one. It's not the school's business. If you're not dressing in something offensive, then it's not the school's business on what you dress up in. You should be able to dress up in whatever you want. If you're not wearing anything bad, then it's fine. They shouldn't really tell you what you can and can't wear. Um, My middle school yelled at a kid for wearing a long sleeve, for not having a collar shirt once. Oh my god, that's. What is the most useful thing you've been taught in school? Great question. Um, the most useful thing that I've ever been taught in school. I don't know. I'd really have to think about that. My top five favorite games: Saints Row 2, Skyrim, um, GTA 4, uh, Fallout 3 and New Vegas. I'll say both of them in one category because I like both Fallout 3 and New Vegas equally. Um, Another one, what can I think of right now? Maybe Modern Warfare 2019, or maybe Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 actually, probably. Yeah, that'll probably be my top five. I like both of them. I liked Oblivion and Skyrim. The NPCs in Oblivion were like psychopaths. I'm sure you know that. It's the NPCs in Oblivion were crazy. Um, Any TV shows you're currently watching? No. Oh, actually, yes. I started watching Black Lagoon. It's an anime show about like a bunch of criminal like smugglers and stuff like that. I started watching that. I watched that the other day. I like that one. It's an older anime, but it's like a kind of like a crime one. So I've been watching that. I'm on the third episode right now. That's what I got up to. I'm on the third episode right now. My least favorite game, a game that I really didn't like, Brink maybe. Brink. My Saints Row boss is kind of based off Revy from Black Lagoon and a bit of Coco from Jormungand. But the thing is, isn't like isn't isn't Jormungand and Black Lagoon in the same universe? It is, right? I know people were saying that it takes place in the same universe. And lamers, I do. I own some old ones. There are two modern ones that I own, but I own a few old ones. And I'm not I wouldn't say I'm an expert. Um, uh, I know like older firearms much better than newer firearms. Like newer firearms, I don't know like that well. But a lot of older firearms I can tell you about. That's why when you see me playing like Call of Duty Vanguard, I know a lot of the firearms in Call of Duty Vanguard, and like I know where they were used, like what they fired, where they were made and stuff like that. And so I'll typically talk about that. Um, how did you get the background without a green screen? Oh, let me send you the let me send you the link. This one, you need a NVIDIA card for this, I believe. But if you have a NVIDIA card, you'll be able to do this without a green screen. That I just put that link there. That's what I use there. There was a brief manga where a younger Coco exchanged goods with Revy, but it was done by Jormungand's offer. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask some of my mates. So okay. Oh my god, it's horrible. That's horrible, H4 man. My favorite rapper, 50 Cent. Yeah, 50 Cent. I would say 50 Cent's my favorite one. Favorite movie genre? I will watch pretty much most movies except like kids movies and romance. Other than that, I'll watch everything: dramas, like action, sometimes some even horror movies. But typically I don't watch many horror movies. The box one, the heart shaped box, I like that one. Awesomeness. Did I ever see the Azumi movies? No, I don't think I have. Oh yeah, I agree, Anomalous. Yeah, I don't follow much rap music. I don't follow much music in general, but but I do like, some of their music. Any new unboxing videos coming soon? Yes, I'll have an unboxing on the Pazuzu statue. The Pazuzu statue is like the ancient demon from the Sumerian religion, and it's based on the House of Ashes. Remember that game I played like a few weeks ago? Remember it? House of Ashes. It was the game where like it took place in Iraq, where it was like the soldiers were trapped in like those ancient like ruins and stuff like that, and they had to like escape from the monsters. That was I have like the collector's edition for that, and I'm gonna do an unboxing of it soon. OG Loke is better than most rappers today. I'll tell you something though. I don't know why. I don't know why so many rappers feel the need to just curse so much in their music. I don't mind, some cursing, but I don't know why they feel the need to just curse so much. Like for instance, like 50 Cent. 50 Cent, a lot of his music that I've listened to, he doesn't even curse that much. There's the I don't even know most of 50 Cent songs, but 50 Cent has a song in Saints Row, and somebody in the comments probably knows what song I'm talking about. It's the song where 50 Cent's like, and I say hands up, when he's like, and I say hands up, that's the song that I'm talking about. It's in Saints Row 2, it's a 50 Cent song. That's a good song, and I don't think he even curses once in that song. So it's like, I don't know why modern rappers feel the need to just throw so much foul language in their music these days. Um, which Dark Pictures game is my favorite? House of Ashes. It's actually called Hands Up. Oh, it is. Well, the thing is though, is I'd love to play the song for you guys, but Music Mafia will just freak out. So it's we cannot play that music. That rap song that I play in my Saints Row 2 videos, that song, the Wale song, that song I believe was made for Saints Row 2, and because of that, that rap song is not copyrighted, and so I can play that song like you've heard me play it in a few videos. I can play that song and not have to worry about copyright, and that's what's good. Some rappers actually think that getting arrested will help their career. That's what they think that it will make them seem more gangster. That's actually a real thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if some rappers intentionally get themselves arrested, just hoping that it boosts their career. For instance, what was it? OG Loke does it in San Andreas. He gets himself arrested just to supposedly boost his career, and then what is it in if you ever watch The Sopranos, in The Sopranos, that rapper pays like Bobby like a few grand to shoot him in the leg, and he does that like to make it seem like a drive-by, so that he gets like a so that he gets some supposed fame. But it's back then gangsters wanted to be rappers. Now rappers want to be gangsters. Oh, hey, Bunny, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for supporting the channel. I think that face tattoos make you look ugly. I think they do. I would never get a tattoo, never, because like imagine when you get older. When you get older and like it's just the tattoo. Like imagine the tattoos like in a spot. Your skin gets older and stuff like that, and it's just you're not as young as you used to be, and then you have to deal with that for the rest of your life. And it's not only that, but also there are people that have like tattoos of like a certain thing, and then when they're older, they regret having that tattoo. Like for instance, like imagine like somebody's like 20 years old, right? And they get a tattoo of their wife, or their or the wife gets a tattoo of their husband. Then 2 years later, they get divorced, and now they're stuck with that tattoo of their ex-wife or ex-husband for basically the rest of their life. And yes, they can get it removed with laser surgery, but why would you want to go with laser? That's for life when you get that literally when you get something like that. So it's like it's kind of ironic. They get a tattoo when they're married, and then they get divorced, and they have that tattoo for the rest of their lives now. Some people they change the tattoo though. It's there are certain tattoos that you can get that will go away after a few months. So I'm trying to remember what it's called. I don't think it's called a tattoo, but there's like something that looks just like a tattoo. You can get it like on your arm or wherever else you want on your body, and then it'll go away after a few months. So if you're not sure if you want a tattoo, you can get that, and that will like how many monitors do you have, Pro? One. I don't like I'm not that type of guy that has like multiple. I'm talking to you guys on a laptop right now. I use this gaming laptop. So I'm not like that type of guy that has like this crazy computer setup with multiple screens or stuff like that. I just have one, and it's always suited me, and that's Stalker. There was that new game like Chernobylite or something like that. I might do that game. Did that game get good reviews? Because if it was a disaster, I might not play it. But it was did Chernobylite get good reviews? Oh, it says 93% like this game. So it was that game I might do. It's like a horror game where it takes place in Chernobyl. It's like similar to Stalker. It's actually on the PlayStation 5, and so it already came out. Oh yeah, that was lamers. But the thing is, though, I'll tell you something. What happened to Marrow with that tattoo? That would have killed him in real life. That would have eventually led to radiation sickness, and he would have died slowly over time. So it's not he wouldn't have he wouldn't it wouldn't just be a burn like that. It would just his skin would eventually rot. It would be horrible. But that's just Acer Throno's gaming chair. I'll do a multiplayer stream. Let me look it up. Acer Throno's gaming chair. You said. Let's say this. It is a bit tall though. I'm worried about it. I'm worried about it getting caught in my about it getting caught in my background, because the chairs that I sit on, they don't have like really that much of a back to them. They're not taller than my head, so this is like the most that I'm sitting on this chair, and so I wouldn't want the chair to show up in the background though when I when I do playthroughs and stuff. This chair does look cheap though, $100. It doesn't seem like there's some gaming chairs that are like really expensive. So this is G tracing. What is this? I don't think this is the one you talked about, but it's uh hmm. No, it's 16,000. Okay, then it's then I was definitely looking at the wrong chair. Acer Dronos. What is this? Gaming chair. I'm gonna look at this right now. Let's see this. What? Can you? How do you spell this again? Let me see the chat here. Acer Predator Dronos. Okay, hang on. Is this on Amazon? Let's see. Who's gonna spend $16,000 in a gaming chair? Okay. Let's see here. Is this it? Let me look. MSRP $14,000? Who the hell is gonna spend $14,000 on a gaming chair? Imagine some like rich guy buys this chair and then he spills coffee on it the next day. Imagine that. That's $14,000 down the toilet. It's pretty much $14,000 down the toilet even if you buy it. Like who's gonna buy this thing? Like that's literally that's more than some people's cars. Like some people spend more. Some people spend less on a car than they do on this, like a chair. Like this is yeah this is I don't know who the hell is gonna buy this. That's yeah, I'll do the zombie uprising. Oh, it's okay. It's okay, Mr. Waifu. Don't worry about it. I'll look it up like eventually. But you know, I never understood this about like I never understood this about like really rich people. Like you know, why do they spend money on such stupid things when they could just invest that money into other things, into other projects? Like, you know, they could actually invest that money for the future to get more money, but instead they spend the money on like just such stupid things, like a $14,000 gaming chair, or like they'll spend like $100,000 on some ridiculous stupid car that gets scratched and then it's like thousands of dollars just for a single scratch to fix. It's like they'll spend $10,000 on a Rolex watch. They'll spend like thousands of dollars on some stupid clothes. They'll spend thousands of dollars on a steak. Like it's just I don't understand these people. They waste money. They don't they a lot of these people are a lot of these really rich people. They're usually born rich, so they don't know what it's like to have barely any money, and so they'll just spend their money like it's nothing, like it's just yeah it's just and it's yeah like Yusuf. It's just spending money on stupid things that you don't really need. Witcher 3 playthrough maybe one day. Eddie, isn't that the guy who talks to 50 Cent in the bar and like tells him about like the gangsters at the shopping mall and stuff like that? Yeah, I'm okay. Oh, him. Okay. What was the worst cosplay to do? What do you mean? I liked all the cosplay I did. I don't understand the question. Do you mean what was the hardest cosplay to do? The hardest cosplay I ever did. I'd have to think. What is the hardest cosplay that I ever did? Oh yeah, shoes and stuff like that. Just ridiculous. Spending that much money on something so stupid like that. Oh hey, Mr. Cool. The hardest cosplay. Um, Probably the Aiden Pierce one. The Aiden Pierce one was probably the hardest one to get together. The Hitman one. Well, thank you, Steve. My most unpopular opinion and why? Um, uh, I don't know. I would say that I think the Night Shark in GTA Online is kind of useless. That might be my most popular opinion because people all like the Night Shark, but I think it's overrated. I've never really been a fan of it. When we get to see Skyrim on the channel, you'll see it in the future. But before I do Skyrim, I want to do Oblivion. Um, I just don't know how I'll dress up for the Oblivion one. I'll think of something. I might dress up in some medieval clothing or something like that if I ever do an Oblivion playthrough. That's what I might do. And if you guys are wondering, I usually play as the Imperials when I play an Oblivion game. I'm usually an Imperial or an Elder Scrolls game. But I might do a Dark Elf character. That maybe I'll see. I'll think of what character I'll do. What happens to the outfits after you end the series? I just put them in the closet. I've read some manga online. Oh, my Xbox is shut off right now. Okay. Okay. No, it's okay, Patrick. Patrick, I will be doing SOCOM 2 and 3 eventually. I don't know when I'll get to it, but I know you enjoyed SOCOM 1 and you like the Thailand section. But eventually I'll do SOCOM in SOCOM 3 there's a section in Poland and I can do the translation in the Polish part. Full suit of Daedric armor. Okay. Okay, let me see here. Okay. Well, I was gonna do a little bit of Saints Row here. Is the audio isn't working, I think. I was gonna show you guys something in Saints Row. That's strange. The audio isn't working. No, it's not. Wait. Now I heard it here, but the game's muted. Why? That's weird. My thing is my headphones is so tangled right now. It's Okay, for some reason, I don't know why, Saints Row is, Oh, is that a glitch on the Xbox? That it just does it, Okay. There we go, Okay. That's the generic name that I have on Xbox. It's actually it's a weird name, Sounded 5, but it was a randomly generated name. It's randomly generated itself. Okay. Let's see here. Load game. And I got up to the Ultor section in the game, guys. Are you guys familiar with the Ultor section? That's where I actually just got up to. Now let me ask you guys something about the Xbox, because there's something that I don't understand about the Xbox. I've never owned an Xbox One before, and this is like my first time owning one, and I'm playing on the Xbox Slim. What I'll tell you is that I've had this like weird issue where it's not even an issue really, but I shut off my Xbox, so I hit turn off console, right? And I turn the Xbox back on, and like when I turn the Xbox back on and I start up Saints Row, I'm like instantly where I left off. It's almost like it was in sleep mode or something like that. That I just found that weird. Like sometimes I have to like completely load up the game, but other times when I turn it on, it's like it was in sleep mode. But I like this Xbox that I have. It's an Xbox One Slim. It's not that big, and I'm able to carry it around in my backpack easily when I went to visit my parents. I have like the Xbox like Elite controller too, which I play Saints Row with. But do you guys think I got a good deal on the Xbox One? Because I bought this Xbox One has a terabyte of storage, I believe. And I bought it used. I bought it at a pawn shop. And I bought it at a pawn shop for $235. Do you guys think I got a good deal on that, or do you think that was bad? Okay, let's see here. I want to show you guys that there's an Easter egg out here, like in the ocean. Is that it over there? Because you can go out really far in the ocean. Right here. Yeah, that's a shrine to the developers of Saints Row Volition. And then there's another island that you can go to. I'm trying to remember where the other island is. Is that it over there? I think that is, because it's like you have to go like really far out in the map and you find like these small like little islands in Saints Row. Oh, there's something out here too. Oh, this is the skeleton of the Loch Ness Monster, I believe. Yeah, there's nothing really much besides that there. Now this is like an old wrecked like pirate ship. The thing is though is that a ship wouldn't look like that. There's no way like a pirate ship wouldn't look like that many years later. Like it's like this is like hundreds of years old. So it wouldn't look like this. It would be much more destroyed than this. And then there's the Easter egg also with that, like, weird, like, rabbit thing. I'm trying to remember where exactly it was here. You start up the helicopter really fast in this game. I think it's probably the other way. You might run in a hurricane boat while out in the ocean. Oh. No, Najib, I bought the first Xbox One off of eBay, because I went through 2 Xbox Ones. The first Xbox One that I bought off eBay, I got scammed. So I bought an Xbox One off eBay. The advertisement said that it had like 2 controllers and an HDMI cable, fully functional, like, you know, disk drive. And I got it for like 150 bucks, I think. I won the auction. And it was 10% of it was supposed to go to charity, which that encouraged me to purchase that one too. And I get it. And when I get it in the mail, there's only 1 Xbox controller, the disk drive is broken, and there's no HDMI cable. And so I had to contact eBay, and they had to help me get my refund, and at that point I said, you know what, screw this. I'm gonna go to a pawn shop, and I'm gonna, like, look at the Xbox. I'm gonna look at it and make sure that it's fully functional and it's working. Because I've never had an experience like that on eBay before. I've always had, like, good experiences with eBay, and that was, like, the first time that I got gotten scammed on eBay. Damn, sometimes the helicopters can be, like, really rough to land. Oh no. Oh well. I think, like, further out there The nice thing about this game is that if you get trapped in the water, though, you can just do this, warp to shore, and that'll actually warp you right back to land, which that's nice because you don't have to deal with the you don't have to deal with swimming all the way back.
Well, Stillwater's almost yours now.
Por Dios.
Most likely.
Maybe I'll
This long, steady diet of whiskey and cigarettes.
I knew Shogo would cry like a little bitch.
What do you think about polyamory?
Marriage has made me resentful.
See if there's a second NPC in one of the cars, because if there's a second NPC, you can do a hostage mission.
I can't believe we had to leave the country.
Any motherfucker who drives around in Casual's still more mad about you.
Get out of here right this
Here we go.
second. Just drop me off anywhere, really. I don't know what you want this money for, but is it more important than my little girl's braces?
This close.
Don't make us kill you!
More people like you, the premiums are so high. Wouldn't you rather have some rich white guy as a hostage?
That's attempted murder.
What are you doing?
So you gotta keep driving with the hostage.
I own this town. You should have. This is crazy.
You don't have a permit for that. You're giving us no choice but to use lethal force.
Take it. I hope you use it to drink yourself to death. Shit!
There we go.
With all due respect.
I'd be careful. I bet the general puts.
Purchase these stores. My friend bought an external SSD drive and the inside's been taken out. Well, oh man. Yeah, the NPCs say some funny things. My friend, you can get a lot of money from the hostage easily if you find a Raycaster. Oh. Midnight Club Los Angeles playthrough? Maybe one day, yeah, we'll do it. Hello, my name's Vlad, and you will buy my boats from a ship, or I'll kill. Yeah, I remember that. All I got from eBay was this an Apple Watch with no strap because I cracked my other one swimming. Oh. But I did get my money back from eBay, thankfully, though. It took, like, I had to wait, like, a week and a half, but, I did get my money back from eBay. You purchase these stores, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna start purchasing up these stores here, and that'll make me even more money back.
The Saints are gonna own this town. God damn, you are one rat. This is the shit. That better not have been a fan.
You remind me of my wife.
Hate when they run you over like that.
The mustache.
This thing hasn't been running right since it took me.
Jump on top of the car like that, you can take it easily.
You're talking to my
Okay, let's see what are we gonna buy here. Okay, this nightclub up here isn't owned by me. Well, we're gonna buy it right now. that gas station. We should probably buy that gas station up there. But yeah, that's what I do is I buy these businesses a lot, and these businesses will help you get a lot of money back. Like if you invest in these early on, especially.
You need. Shogo took his hair secrets to the grave.
Shogo took his hair secrets to the grave. Oh, I already own this place. Oh, I gotta buy the clothing store over there. Okay.
Could use someone like you when I was a POW.
We're taking back what's ours.
My heart!
So yeah, investing in these stores is definitely a great idea. You get a lot of money back over time, and you're gonna get to the point where you're gonna make like $100,000 a day, and you're gonna have like so much money.
I swear though.
Goddamn mother... Getting the police!
And there we go. We own that now. Do we own every store in the suburbs? Think so. Oh no, we missed one. There's a dock we can purchase there too, but not worried about that right now.
Stop that!
Oh, great.
That could have been real.
You miss me?
Keep those nasty clothes away from me!
There we go. That's ours now. Yeah. Oh hey, Anomalous. I don't think there would be this would be legal because the boss would have a monopoly on Stillwater's private sector. Yeah, but Ultor's already doing it. Rational favorite song from the Crunch. I think it's the 50 Cent song. Oh wait, no, the Crunch is the rock station, that's the crime. I don't know. I'm doing good, Paul. I don't really, follow actors specifically, Saint. Hey, Art and Najib, you guys still here? And Gamer, you guys still here? Is motion blur in this game?
Get him, damn it!
Ah, come on, no, don't. The car's blocking the path, too. Oh, I already own this one, okay.
I'm just... I like... What was in that
we have
shipment
something
anyway?
in common. We're not
¿Qué
close.
carajos, no ves?
Weather.
Isn't this stuff supposed to be on sale?
I almost own all the stores in the game already, because I already have all the bottom island stores, but I still have plenty of money to spare, and I'm making a lot of money back anyways. And people told me that if I buy all the stores that I get put on billboards. Is that, like, true? 'Cause I've never really experimented with that.
Honey.
How do I know when is there a way for me to tell, when I've purchased all the stores up? I have to test that though.
When was the last time I had? Just shut up. No one cares.
I got plenty of money to spare. I can keep buying stores. Have I seen Reservoir Dogs? No, I haven't. But I know the stores in the Saints Row district. You can never purchase these stores. So then, if you purchase all the stores in the game, right? Oh, did it not save my? It didn't save my penthouse. I don't think it saved my penthouse. Oh, I should probably go and buy that then. Will it still count? Like, you know, you get, like, put on the billboard and everything if you buy all the stores outside of the one in Saints Row.
That was Riggs.
Ah, damn, car's not looking too good right now.
The police looking for you.
Okay, yeah, I need another car. Oh, there's a lot of people in this car here.
Get out the damn car!
This car's
You get the money over my
wanted in
dead
the
body.
chop shop too? Okay.
Stillwater PD.
It ain't like they magically appeared. So you and the Saints must be doing pretty good.
Ah,
It's unbelievable!
Oh my God, let them be okay.
Let me go, and I promise I
Don't
won't
make
stand
us kill you. Give up.
I see you now.
Suspect has been spotted.
I can pay in many ways other than money.
Oh, good God! You trying to kill someone?
okay, just gotta wait 10 more seconds.
I got 5 kids at home. What kind of money do you think I have?
No chingues conmigo. Hey, that did
Okay, well, we got credit for that. Now we take this to the chop shop. I didn't even realize this was needed at the chop shop.
Holy.
Okay, oh, I am on the billboard? Where? I didn't see it. Yeah, Rockstar's Newswire is, yeah, you can only buy stores once the, Is Najib and Steve and Art, you guys still here? Oh, I don't own this place? Oh, I guess I should buy it then.
A line is forming. Hurry up. Could I interest you in something else?
believe Alter bought the sharks.
You'd think you'd get respect for, like, buying up these stores, but you don't.
This stuff sure helps me not care what my husband's saying.
Take that, Spade. Now I can
Yeah, there we go. We did pretty good on that. We own a lot of the stores. People said that I was on a billboard already. I couldn't tell where I was on a billboard, but my gang is protecting these businesses now. Oh, okay, Steve. Yeah, Saints Row has a lot of funny humor in it. That's Donnie's garage right there.
Bastard.
Let's go, fucker! I ain't got insurance to fix this.
And let's go do this old tour mission right now then. I think I own all the stores down here too, don't I? Oh, I don't own that tattoo parlor. I still don't own the airport clothing, the airport stores.
I don't know how much longer I can handle.
Why does that Simmons fellow always wear a red cape in the alley?
I know I'm a poor, jobless, single father with no ambition, but I have a lot of love to give.
Oh yeah, that's perfectly fine, H4 man.
Honestly, I think our relationship was too serious to get tattoos of each other's names.
Well, I know I didn't have herpes before I met you. Hottie!
Now that you own the city, how about you move out of the hotel?
Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna show you guys this crazy like story mission here. This is for the old tour missions. I didn't get this mission saved for some reason because I had a black screen glitch at the end. But
yeah, Ultor's built a huge R&D facility underneath Mount Claflin.
Let me guess, they aren't developing a better bread box.
Honestly, they probably are. They're just, you know, developing guns and body armor too.
Why is Ultor gunning for us?
It doesn't matter. Here's the plan. Pierce and Shandi, I want the two of you to hit the streets and take out as much Ultor property as you can. If Ultor wants to come after us, fine. But we're gonna make it fucking cost them. Gat, you and I are gonna hit the pyramid.
Well, we don't get to blow shit up in public?
Fine. We can do some damage street side, but we've gotta be quick. I don't want to give Ultor any more of a heads up than we have to.
I'm pretty close to the end of the game here.
This car
Still got it.
Okay, so we gotta cause some chaos in the Saints Row district. Now, a good way to do that is to actually shoot up the liquor store.
Whatever the fuck you want, just put the gun down.
Got one level really quick doing this. Why is the alarm not going off yet? It should be going off by now, but... Okay, there's a plastic surgeon that's right up the street then. That should give us a quick one in level 2.
Stop me! Shoot the kid!
We're live, boys! I'm not giving you a warning shot!
I got a full
Oh, damn, I hate it when they run you over like that.
We ain't gonna roll over this time.
Damn. Oh my god.
Your phaeton levels are all good now.
All down.
Now we go to Ultor's secret base, the pyramid. Damn, they got in the way there.
It's
All I've managed to catch all day is seaweed.
You are weapon?
That's how I made it to
Yeah, this is the, yeah, Saints Row 2 AI is unforgettable. The cops are crazy. They will smash into you, and they'll knock you to the ground.
Fire with fire.
So this is like Ultor's secret, underground base. They got an underground barracks here too, like... Yeah, this place is just crazy.
Making yourself a target for all.
Can we go back up now?
I know how you
Help!
live and operate. Someone needs to be good at dealing with this kind of thing. If I knew you were coming. Oh! Ah! Hell no! But it's the last thing I needed today. I'm not high enough. Got a pussy.
The Ultor Corporation, I'm gonna do a lore video on these guys like one day, but the Ultor Corporation is a very evil corporation.
We're finishing this shit. ¿Qué es lo que
My
pasa?
husband first.
Ultor would like to thank you for building a better world.
Have you thought about turning the Saints into a container?
There is an intruder.
Jesus! We got him! Oh, beautiful!
Show these
motherfuckers how the Saints do it.
This is the fucking life. Hi!
Dane, while your project has been yielding positive results, the board is a little concerned.
I don't understand.
The Saints are out of control.
That was the point.
When you budgeted funds for force majeure, we didn't realize compromising the pyramid was what you had in mind.
We're dealing with violent criminals. Are you really surprised they might do something, I don't know, violent? The pyramid was not going to last forever. It's better to spin this now when we are the victims than when Channel 6 does an undercover expose.
Dane, fix the problem.
Okay, maybe I'm being too obtuse. Let me try this again. There is no problem.
We've had enough of your ego.
My ego is what got you this far.
Finish off the Saints, or being fired is the least of your worries.
Is that all?
You know what that means?
Take care of this, Dane.
When he tells him being fired is the least of your worries, that means they'll kill him. Oh no, I'm getting that same black screen glitch that I had when I did my playthrough. Because when I did my playthrough today, I got the same black screen glitch. Yeah, so it looks like the problem is caused by if you hit the A button too quickly, when you're skipping through things, it'll cause the black screen. So unfortunately, it's happening again. Oh man, that sucks. Oh yeah, Dane Vogel is actually even worse than the gangsters in the game, because at least the gangsters in the game admit to who they are. Dane Vogel doesn't. Is there anything I can do to get out of this screen? Because I really don't wanna have to restart that mission, because that'll really suck if I have to. It says game paused here, but I really don't wanna. Yeah, I really don't want to have to. And all the way, also, this Xbox Elite controller, the battery lasts so long. Like, it's charged, it lasts so long. But anyways, it's just, yeah. Oh man, I hope I don't have to do that. Yeah, I guess I gotta quit the app here. I got no choice now. Yeah. That's gonna suck. The Xbox 360 version of Saints Row 2 actually looks really decent. Have you guys seen the PS3 and Xbox 360 version of GTA 4? It looks so bad compared to the PC version. The PC version looks just so much better. But like Saints Row 2 on the Xbox 360 looks pretty decent. Okay, let's see here. I hope that it saved that. Let's see. No, it doesn't look like it did because I see the Damn, it didn't even save those stores that I purchased. That really sucks. I guess I'm gonna have to go and do it again. Purchase some of those stores. Oh, whatever. That really sucks, man. That's such a buzzkill. That glitch.
I don't get why we just don't blow up the Phillips building.
The higher the tip, the more you're gonna like this.
I'm surprised it didn't autosave when I purchased all those stores, man. That really sucks. Yeah, I'll only probably purchase a few of these stores again here, but man, that really is a buzzkill.
Sweat stains are not impression.
Was interested in sponsoring the team. But they like things that ruined my life.
You could have crippled
Huh?
me.
Teach
You
me
ever wear
everything you know.
something different?
Yeah, you safe with me, baby. I'm a saint.
Oh, that was a stun jump? I didn't even realize it. Okay.
You don't belong on the road.
Yeah, it looks like we got them all here again. But man, that really sucked that like the stores that I owned, I lost them because the thing didn't save it.
You should never have tried it.
Ah.
What about you?
Okay, yeah, I'll take a break from buying the businesses for now, but that was just that really sucked that I had to do all of that again. This last one in this district. There we go. Okay. And I'll make sure to save now here. Okay, I'll see you, Saint. Take care, man. Oh, I never played Black Ops 3, so I wouldn't know, Steve. I signed on to fight gangsters, not some SWAT team from hell. I'll do it after I beat the story. I'll do it, Mr. Waifu. Yeah, the autosave can be messed up. I don't know, I think I already did pretty much a lore video on him. I explained, like, you know, what happened to CJ's mom, and, like, the top 5 early signs that Big Smoke was going to betray CJ. Well, I think I'll probably be wrapping up the stream here, guys, because I'm gonna get something to eat. I'm a bit hungry. And I'll have the next part of Saints Row up in a few minutes if you guys want to watch it. It's for fighting the evil Ultor Corporation. I'll still stick around and answer some questions if you guys want to ask me anything, or I'll still stick around. And again, I want to thank everyone for your support on this channel. It does mean a lot to me. So anything you guys want to ask me, you know, go ahead. I'll answer anything. And yep. Let's see here. Is the Vanguard playthrough taking long because the outfits? Yeah, it was a little bit of that, but also because I was getting overwhelmed with Saints Row 2 and GTA San Andreas. But I uploaded Vanguard last night. Take a look at it, and the final part of Vanguard should be up tomorrow. Pulaski was violent in his behavior and personality, while Tenpenny was a master manipulator and psychopath. Yeah, he probably is. You know what I've always wondered about? I've always wondered about if Tenpenny left Pulaski with CJ, because you notice that Tenpenny just drives away in that scene, and he tells Pulaski to bury CJ. And I was always wondering, you know, I don't know, I'm probably not the only person that thought of this, but I was always wondering whether Tenpenny did that on purpose, just knowing that CJ was going to kill Pulaski. That's what I always wondered. Because if Pulaski, and the reason he might want Pulaski dead is because if Pulaski is dead, that's one less person that can testify against him, and that's what I was that's what I was always thinking. Because CJ wouldn't testify against Tenpenny, and Tenpenny knows that well. Even CJ's not a rat. Like even though CJ hates Tenpenny, CJ would kill Tenpenny. He wouldn't really testify against him. So it's I was always thinking that Pulaski, he saw Pulaski as a liability. That's what I was thinking of, at least. And he left Pulaski there knowing that CJ was going to kill him. But do you know who was in witness protection? Jerry Martinez in Vice City Stories, Anomalous. Oh, thank you, gamer. Big Smoke's an opportunist. I agree with you, Patrick. It's you know, he was CJ's friend at like one point, but like, you know, the crack business clearly corrupted him. He was just, you know, he was an opportunist. He even says to CJ, his final words at CJ, he says, "I had no choice." He never says I was threatened or anything like that. He just says, "I had no choice. I see the opportunity and I have to do it." That's so he's admitting that he's an opportunist. You know, an opportunist is somebody that only looks out for themselves, what's going to benefit themselves. They don't care about anyone else. The thing is, though, do you know what I don't understand? that cutscene with Pulaski and like CJ is like really bad because you know it's like when Pulaski opens fire on Hernandez and then like Hernandez falls in the ground and then like CJ is standing next to Pulaski for like a second. It's like an awkward moment where they're just standing right next to each other. But Anomalous, that's not really an excuse. Because, you know, the thing is, though, is that, first of all, imagine if that was Sweet. Imagine if Sweet was in that same situation. Imagine if Tenpenny threatened Sweet with a hit squad and told him, I want you to flood the streets with crack. Sweet wouldn't do that. As much as people don't like Sweet, Sweet would never do that. Sweet despises crack, and he wouldn't do that. Sweet would rather die than sell crack on the streets. So he was, Sweet would never do that. He would never betray his gang. He would never do something like that. So, you know, Big Smoke, Big Smoke's a millionaire, in the time of, like, San Andreas. He's one of the richest crack lord in San Andreas. Why do you think Anomalous that Sweet was the target? The reason that Tenpenny sent like the Ballas to do that drive-by on Grove Street was because they were hoping that they would kill Sweet, and then when they killed Sweet, Big Smoke would take over. Big Smoke was next in command. Big Smoke was the underboss of Grove Street, and so Big Smoke would take over if Sweet died because they knew that they couldn't get Sweet to sell crack. But they knew that they could get Big Smoke. So Big Smoke knows ahead of time. He knows that his friend is gonna die. His family members could possibly die. Big Smoke does nothing about it. Ryder goes along with it too. So it's Big Smoke is just an opportunist. I don't think people like Sweet at all. I think people don't like Sweet because he constantly complains. He constantly gives CJ an attitude, and CJ does all these crazy things, and then Sweet is just ungrateful. That's why people don't like him. But I did a video on Sweet explaining why he's ungrateful. It's called Why Does Sweet Refuse to Leave the Hood? Watch that video. It explains everything pretty well about Sweet. He tried to resolve it peacefully by making Sweet get into the crack game. He tried to push him to get into crack, but he's not going to do it, like I said. Big Smoke probably felt some remorse at betraying his friends, probably some. He probably felt a little guilty over it, but in the end, he'd do it all over again. So it's, he would just, Big Smoke's a scumbag. So I can say your lore paid off. You're helping me with that argument. You are the best. I salute you. Thank you, Patrick. I wonder if I wonder if CJ would have still killed Pulaski if Pulaski didn't stop if Pulaski kept insulting him, because Pulaski in that scene was like yeah. I don't know whether CJ was being sincere in what he was saying to Pulaski, because he was saying to Pulaski that Tenpenny's going to silence you next. And I don't know whether CJ was saying that to be sincere or whether he was saying that just to buy himself more time. It might have been to buy himself more time because he saw that Hernandez was getting up. It was probably to distract Pulaski. But I wonder whether CJ would have still killed Pulaski if Pulaski kept insulting him. So that was that. Also, thanks for the stream. No problem, Mr. Waifu. Was Sweet based off Ice Cube? Are you talking about the character that he plays in Boys in the Hood? That might be it. He might be based on that character. I felt bad for Officer Hernandez, but the thing is, I felt the most bad for Officer Pendlebury, who barely makes an appearance in the game. He's executed at the beginning of San Andreas in the intro. if I was to make a video, top 5 most satisfying deaths of hated side characters, not just antagonists, but like hated side characters, Pulaski would definitely be on that list. Pulaski, most hated side characters, satisfying deaths of most hated side characters. Pulaski, Brian in The Lost and Damned, who is it also? Marty in Vice City Stories. Who is it also? Yeah, there's a few side characters that I can mention that are like really hated. Vlad. I hated Marty so much. Oh my god, I hated that guy. Oh, hey, Tyler. Rocco, yeah, Rocco, And then, do you remember in Vice City Stories when he abused and beat his wife, and then she moved out, and then he kidnapped her. He took her against her will, and he was gonna take her to like the brothel and like drug her to be a prostitute. And then Vic saved Luis. But the thing is, that was like a really dark scene in like a GTA game, like what Marty was doing. And like I wonder whether a GTA game today would do something like that. Like, would there be a character like Marty in a GTA game today? I don't know. I don't think so. Because the thing is, the point of that character Marty, the point of him was that character was designed for you to hate him. He was specifically designed for you not to like him. That was the whole point of Marty. He was a character that you don't like. You say that Luis is the most moral character, but then he tells Brucey, nah, bro, I like killing for money. Well, I think Luis was being sarcastic or more trolling. Luis isn't really that type of guy. Like, he doesn't want to get involved in, like, get involved, in crime too much. He does it because he's forced into it too much a lot of times. But, like, for instance, he could have remember that Luis could have killed Tony at the end and just taken over the club. He could have done that, but he didn't do that. So it's I would say that Luis is just not Luis is a pretty moral character. Luis is probably the second most moral character. The first most moral character is Vic. Oh yeah, Vinny, Vincenzo. Oh my god. What about Casa in Liberty City Stories? It was kind of messed up what Tony did to Casa, but I really didn't like Casa either way. Imagine if we get definitive cartoony Manhunt. Oh my god. Don't give them any ideas, Anomalous. I don't know. I'd have to see, because I think YouTube would flag Manhunt. If I played Manhunt, I think I'd get flagged. You know what's kind of weird? When I played Outlast, YouTube was totally fine with that when I played Outlast. And I would say Outlast is a more violent game than Manhunt. Would you agree with that? I would say it is. But it's, YouTube was okay with Outlast, but I'm scared about Manhunt. Because Manhunt is the more known game. There's also the scene in Outlast, remember, where the doctor in Outlast cuts off your fingers in Outlast. Yeah, that was over. You've been with my channel for a long time, Mr. Waifu, so you remember that. I'm still pissed about that. Do you know something? I still have that strike on my channel. It's not registered anymore, so it doesn't affect me. It was a warning, because the first time you get a strike, it's a warning. But the thing is, though, is that every single time I log into my YouTube account, I see that come up. Community guidelines violation. And I click, and it's that same thing from over a year and a half ago in World at War. Even if I set it as not for children, it can get flagged. That's what happened with World at War. With World at War, I got a copyright strike, or not a copyright, a community guidelines strike. And the thing is, though, is I looked it up, and people were having the exact same issue as me, so other people got striked also. I wasn't the only person that got striked. Yeah, well, hopefully I don't experience any more glitches. Well, I guess I'll probably be going here, guys, so I want to thank you once again for supporting me. I will try to have a lore video out soon, guys. So thank you guys once again for supporting me. I do appreciate it a lot, and I'm going to have that unboxing video on the Pazuzu edition of House of Ashes soon. So I guess we'll wrap it up here, guys. I want to thank you guys once again for supporting me through channel memberships and Patreon. I greatly appreciate it. You guys help me a lot, because especially when, when my videos get demonetized, like my Saints Row 2 and my GTA San Andreas, some of those videos have been getting demonetized by YouTube because they're a foul language. That's what YouTube is claiming. Even though I'm not cursing, it's the game. But I want to thank you guys for the support on that. It has helped me out a lot. Oh, well, Mr. J, you can message me afterwards, or if you're on PSN, we can play together. I'm sorry, I'm just a little hungry, so I'm just gonna wrap up the stream here. But, I want to thank you guys once again, for your support. It does mean a lot to me. So thank you guys again. Have a great Sunday, everyone, and I'll see you guys on the next